Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Let's Talk Energy Power On. We are ready to start into our next session. This time we're going to be covering the topic of electromobility. And having said that, we are now starting into the next session. We're going to talk about e-mobility and brand new business solutions for home and business owners. I would like to introduce you to my not only one, but two guests for this session. Please welcome the product manager, Lisa Spangenberg.
Thank you very much, and a warm welcome from my side. I'm happy to be here today to introduce the new SMA EV charger.
Fantastic, Lisa. Great to have you here. We also have the manager business development. He's responsible for commercial energy systems, Bernd Haberecht. Bernd.
Also, a warm welcome from my side. I'm also very happy to be here today to introduce you into our new charging solution for business applications.
Fantastic. So let's get straight to it. I think I'd like to start with a more general question, just to sort of go into the topic of electromobility, Lisa. Everybody's talking about electromobility right now, it seems. Can you briefly classify the relevance of this topic?
Sure. In our globalized world, mobility plays an essential role and will continue to do this in future. So topics like the climate change and the need for sustainability are more and more present in the media. The governments recognized this and started several incentive programs to push e-mobility solutions. And in parallel, the automotive industry is researching on this topic so that technology becomes mature. And that's why we see that the investment costs of electric vehicles are decreasing, with the result that the charging infrastructure improves day by day.
Bernd, would you agree with that from your point of view?
Absolutely. So I personally really appreciate to see the effort the automotive industry, but also the government is putting into making e-mobility affordable as well as competitive. But in order to achieve real success factors related to e-mobility, for our understanding, more topics need to be taken into account beside having affordable cars and a reasonable charging infrastructure in place.
Now, you just mentioned success factors. Can you tell us what factors specifically you're referring to here?
Definitely. So the key question is to be answered, where the energy coming from we charge into the car. So when we think about e-mobility, what we want to achieve is a climate and resource-friendly mobility. So without using fossil fuels. And how to achieve that? Yes, of course, by using renewable energies. But looking at company owners, so factories installing charging infrastructure for customer, for employee, or for fleet charging, that group is asking for and they need to optimize their charging processes. I mean, in order to control energy costs on the one hand side, but on the other hand, also the investment costs related to e-mobility to make a success factor out of it. And that is the reason why private car and fleet owners are seeking for holistic charging solutions.
A holistic approach. I mean, this is great. You've both addressed now the areas of home and you've addressed the area of business. And personally, I can imagine that there's quite different requirements regarding the charging infrastructure, Lisa. Is that correct?
Absolutely right. Of course, there are some common features, but we see that each area has its own specific requirement, which must be met by the suitable charging infrastructure. And what we see also is that you can't separate both areas from each other, and that's why we are taking a holistic approach here.
Exactly, and that is the reason why we are very happy about that. We've decided to extend our product portfolio by, on the one hand side, this is what is shown on the screen on the left, the EV charger for business, so for companies, and on the other hand?
Yeah, in the middle you can see the SMA EV charger for home applications, and as you are already familiar with from our existing products, both solutions can be easily integrated into our energy management system and offer high-quality services. And my colleague Michael will now introduce the SMA EV charger for business applications in a short product video.
Hello and a warm welcome to the product presentation of the new SMA EV charger business. My name is Michael Ebel. I'm an account manager for commercial PV and storage applications, and in the near future also for electrical infrastructure at SMA. So I'm quite happy to have this product here because it fulfills our portfolio within our SMA energy system business. It's exactly the right product for the right time because the market are looking for some new charging infrastructure. It fits perfectly to PV applications, and you see here a charging station for cars where we provide 2 times up to 22 kilowatt charging power for your cars. So 2 cars at the same time charging is not really a problem for us. You see here we could provide it as a ground mounted version or a version for wall mounting. It's not a problem. We also have a lot of accessories next to it to make an installation easier for you. It's quite easy to activate the charging process because we do have an RFID authorization behind. You see here this small symbol. You could activate it, and if your customer or your employees will charge with these box, we do offer also accounting system behind. And if you said, okay, for my business 2 charging points are not sufficient, I do need more because I have I'm a supermarket owner and I do need 10, 20 charging points. It could be that you will get in trouble with load peaks because your grid connection capacity could be too small for this new high power demand. And for that, SMA offers, of course, 2 additional answers. On the one hand, it's possible to cut these peaks which occur by wall box with a commercial storage system, which exactly cut these peaks which brings higher electricity costs down and could avoid additionally that the grid has an overload. That is the one solution. On the other hand, we do offer separate service features which are integrated in the Data Manager N, which is the main data logger behind the platform, energy management platform, NXOS. To keep the power flow of all relevant components and the power flow for the facility itself in balance to avoid an overload. Both options are possible and provided also by SMA, and that is the big benefit. SMA is today a one-stop shop. We offer inverters, commercial storage systems, and brand new also charging infrastructure for your commercial facility. I'm so happy and glad about it to have this product in our SMA energy system business approach. I really like it to have it here, and I enjoy it to present it to you. Many thanks for your audience.
Thank you, Michael, for that exciting product presentation for the new EV charger business for commercial applications. And I'm really proud to have a real product already today next to me in the studio for the presentation. And the ones who have watched the video carefully, and I assume there was everybody, if you guys out there realized that Michael just introduced a charging station wall-mounted, charging station ground-mounted, sorry for that. And next to me is a wall-mounted design. And that is our 2-in-1 solution. So what we offer with all the functionalities Michael just presented are available as a stand part or as a wall-mounted design. That means we do have, in terms of the charging power up to 2 times 22 kW. We have, I've already mentioned, and that's essential for commercial applications. We have the RFID authorization. And finally, what we have developed, as already mentioned by Michael, and will be implemented into our Data Manager M, is the so-called dynamic load management. So dynamic load management, that is needed because we already mentioned that especially companies, they want to optimize charging processes. And this feature is already available with our device. If it is wall-mounted or ground-mounted, it is available at a super important, interesting feature. Now, this is the product itself. But when we think about e-mobility, we think about sustainability. So SMA, we are the system supplier, and we are already today going the next step. Going the next step means we are about to integrate our new charging solution business into our energy system business. So it means sustainability, how to achieve that. I mean, we want to benefit from all the advantages electromobility is bringing along. So charge e-vehicles with solar power. How to do that? Just produce your own power with our PV inverters. Charge independently within the storage within our energy system business. So use our storage devices and charge whenever you want to do so with renewable, with carbon-free energy. Of course, everybody would now expect, what about data manager, control system? Yes, the data manager will control the energy system as well as the EV charger business. And I assume everybody is now expecting me to say this. Energy flows will be monitored and visualized in Sunny Portal. So we have now understood that our new product is available as just a standalone product, but we also offer the full integration for our business solutions. And I'm now super excited because my colleague Thomas will now, in a video we prepared, introduce the EV charger for home solutions. And afterwards, Lisa will look much more technical into detail into her product.
Hi, my name is Thomas, and I'd like to present you the new SMA EV charger. The intelligence of the SMA EV charger is to combine the green PV power from the roof with the e-mobile. With the SMA EV charger, it's possible to use the solar energy to refuel your car with the sun directly. The biggest advantage from the SMA EV charger is the easy combination into the energy system home and the Sunny Home Manager. With this, we can use the PV energy directly into the car and also to use our forecast-based charging for e-mobiles and to reduce the mobility costs to a minimum. The SMA EV charger comes in two power classes, one phase 7.4 kilowatt and three phase with 22 kilowatt charging power. Also within the package, type 2 charge cable, so you can charge your PV EV with the sun. The SMA EV charger has three charging modes integrated. The first mode is PV access charging. In this mode, only the PV access will be used to charge the car. So you reduce the CO2 emission to zero by this charging mode. The second one is the perfect combination to assure your flexibility with the car. So it's a combination of use your green energy and fast charge. It's called forecast-based charging. So you take the app, the SMA Energy app, say when you will leave with the car, how long you will ride, and then we calculate how much energy has to be charged into the car, and we use the maximum of PV power, and if there's not enough PV power available, we take the rest from the grid, but only the minimum to assure your flexibility with your e-vehicle. The third charging mode is the fast charge mode. If you have really no time and have to leave very fast, then you can really switch to fast charge, and then the SMA EV charger charge your car with the maximum of available power, 7.4 kilowatt for the one phase and 22 kilowatt for the three phase. To assure your mobility, this product, the SMA EV charger, comes with 5 years factory warranty, and on top, SMA Smart Connected is always integrated. That means automatic failure detection, and we send automatically a mail to you if something going wrong, that we assure as fast as we can your mobility. Have a lot of fun to charge your e-vehicle with the sun, and always a safe ride.
Thanks, Thomas, for the short introduction of our new product. To show you that this solution isn't just a pipe dream, I've prepared some slides for you out of Sunny Portal. Here you can see a screenshot out of one of our field test systems. So the yellow curve is representing the local PV generation, and the gray area stands for the consumption inside the house. The blue area is showing the charging of the electric vehicle by the SMA EV charger. In this slide, you can see the fast charging mode. So when a time is a limiting factor, the SMA EV charger is able to charge the car with the maximum power that the car and the house connection allow, so that the car is very quick, ready to leave. Our second charging mode is the so-called PV optimized charging. So when the time is not the limiting factor, the SMA EV charger uses only PV excess power to charge the car, which otherwise would be fed into the grid. And this is very CO2 neutral and unbeatable cost effective. You can see in this diagram that the charging of the car follows the PV generation curve, taking into account the other loads inside the household. Because the availability of PV isn't guaranteed at all time, we offer with our forecast-based mode more reliability to our customers. So the desired charging destination, that means the departure time and the amount of energy you want to be charged, can be easily configured into our new SMA Energy app. And then the Sunny Home Manager uses its forecasting function to schedule the charging process at a minimum cost with a guaranteed readiness for departure. And this offers the highest flexibility to our end customers. So in summary, the SMA EV charger offers some highlights compared to other wall boxes. With the automatic phase switching from single to three-phase charging, and the forecast-based mode, we are able to use the maximum of the generated solar power. In other words, the SMA EV charger is really designed for the use of solar power. Our intelligent modes and the time of use tires enable a cost-effective charging. In addition, the integrated blackout protection offers the highest safety, because the end customer has not to consider whether the house connection is strong enough to operate with several electrical consumers and the wallbox in parallel. Our boost function offers faster single-phase charging up to 7.4 kilowatt by using PV and grid power in parallel. Last but not least, the fast and automated servers SMA Smart Connected is working like a mobility guarantee for our end customers.
Great. Thank you so much, Lisa, for your presentation. And of course, Bernd, thank you also so much for your presentation and for presenting these two very individual products. Bernd, I'll begin with you with my next question. Can you shortly point out the advantage of the SMA solution?
Definitely, I can. So both products, Lisa's product and also my product, so for home and business solutions, are available as a standalone product. But as already mentioned, is when talking about e-mobility, we have sustainability in mind. Sustainability means using renewable energy for your mobility, means for charging the cars. And in order to fulfill these, to achieve this, we need to look at the system approach. So integrating our charging solutions into an entire system, which is there to produce, to store, to manage, and now to charge carbon-free energy into the car. And the good thing now with SMA is, of course, the products are available within our product portfolio. So we are the one-stop shop system supplier to our installers. It's a kind of hassle-free approach we are offering with one face to the customer for the complete solution. That is, of course, applicable for business solutions, and I assume something similar is there available for our home solution.
Of course, our SMA Energy System Home with the Sunny Home Manager as the control center of our intelligent energy management. And that means that the self-generated solar power can flexibly be used for different appliances like heating or smart appliances, or even to charge the car.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. If you two are ready, I would say let's begin with the Q&A. Let's see what questions came in. At this moment, the important information that if we should run out of time and we didn't get to your question, just in case that should happen, your questions, all questions that come in will be answered in each session or after each session by my guests. So if we don't get to all the questions that you have ready for Lisa and Bernd and Lisa, you're going to be answering them later on via email, right?
Yes, we do so.
Okay,
Thank
fantastic. So that's, of course, important information for all sessions today. If you want to inform yourself about all the sessions we still have happening today, you can do so in the agenda just above me, and you can also inform yourself about the speakers that are ready and waiting for you there. And having said that, let's come to the questions for e-mobility. Okay, now, first question, very important, of course. When will the products be available?
So I can take this one.
Please do.
The charger solution for our business applications will be available from October this year, and that is also applicable for the home solution.
No, not,
Oh.
not exactly, because we are in the final testing situation, and the SMA EV charger for the home application will be available in September this year.
Aha.
So a little bit
Even 1
earlier.
month earlier.
September, October.
She was again much quicker than I was.
You need to be faster here if you
So I
want
will
to
hurry
beat
up.
Lisa.
I will-
Yes.
Thank you for this comment.
But if I can add on to that question, so what region are we talking about here?
So first of all, we start with Germany. Rest of the world markets will be available starting from Q1 next year, except the Japanese market as well as the US market. So for this, we have, at least for our business applications, as of today, no solution in place. But for the rest of the world, other markets, definitely yes.
And the home solution is applicable nearly for all our markets, especially for the European and, of course, also the Australian market.
Fantastic. Okay, so let's have a look at the next question, which you kind of sort of answered already. In which markets are the EV chargers available? But let's get to the second part of the question is, when are the prices announced?
Yeah, I'd like to
Lisa?
start. So the pricing of the SMA EV charger for home application is already announced to our wholesalers. So please, installers, inform you about it. And yeah, then you are ready to
to
order
go.
it in September.
Very good. What about
So
your
for,
price?
for our business solution, prices will be available during September months. That we have for the product availability, of course, everything available which is needed for our sales guys and, of course, the installers.
And then they can get in contact with the wholesalers and find out about it.
Exactly. Then there will be an official communication releasing the prices within our price list.
Okay. Next question is, can the chargers be integrated into already existing SMA systems, for example, the Sunny Home Manager or Data Manager?
Yes, of course. As we mentioned, the solution, the biggest advantage is the combination with our energy management system. So when there's a Sunny Home Manager inside the plant, it is equal if this is a new or an existing plant. The SMA EV charger fits for both solutions.
Exactly. And the same thing for our business solution. Of course, it can be integrated into already existing energy systems. And that is, as already mentioned, the advantage when going with SMA. And so for, yes, clearly answer on this one. I mean, as already mentioned, is there all the data manager. So yes, the data manager will also be the part of the system. And what we have understood in the past, the data manager is a proven technology, future-proof technology. And of course, it will always be upgraded with additional features which we maybe do not know already today, but existing feature which will be there in the future.
Of course, there's going to be a continuous
Exactly.
continuous update as you go along. So we have more questions coming in. We still have 4.5 minutes. So if you have questions for Lisa and Bernd, just type them into our interactive area and we'll get straight to them. So the next question is, are SMA's electromobility solutions also available in the US? And what about the Scandinavian market?
So the business solution will not be available for the US market, but of course for the Scandinavian market.
Okay.
Yeah, same for the home application. US is not applicable because of the missing UL certificate, but for the Scandinavian market, it should work. There are still some tests regarding the Delta IT grid. For the single phase one, it is no problem, and for the 3-phase one, we are currently testing.
Okay. Let's see. The next question is, can you retrofit the home EV charger to other inverters, or will it only work with an SMA or with SMA inverters?
So for the business segment, of course, you could use any other inverter to produce the energy. And then add to this already installed inverter our charging solution. But of course, what we then cannot guarantee is the 100% functionality of that system, and we can't guarantee that all the features we are offering then will be available. It is a dynamic load management. I mean, that will be implemented into Data Manager M. Data Manager M is normally installed in SMA installations. The monitoring in Sunny Portal has already been mentioned today, so we can't guarantee that other inverters or other products from other suppliers will send the data to our monitoring portal. So if you look for a proper installation, we of course recommend to use our system.
Safe solution, yeah.
Exactly, safe and hassle-free solution. But if other PV inverters are installed to generate the power, in general, basically yes, possible.
But it would be a lot more headache-free by just...
Much more headache, definitely, yes.
Headache-free. Headache-free.
This is headache-free.
Yes.
Our solution.
Lisa, would you agree? Yeah.
Yeah, that is absolutely right. So, of course, it fits also for not SMA inverters, but yeah, the whole system approach and the most flexibility, of course, with all components from SMA.
If you stick to this one right here.
Yes.
Okay, so we have 2 minutes left. Let's see. Is the home EV charger available with Type 1 plug?
For start, not. So we have a fixed 5 meters Type 2 plug, but of course, when there's if the market needs it, maybe we offer a Type 1 plug in a second step, but not for the start.
Okay. And do the chargers work with battery storage?
Of course. Yeah. So because it works with the Sunny Home Manager 2.0, it is able to use the prognosis-based function, which is already available with our storage solutions. So yeah, you're free to integrate it into your SMA energy system home with storage, and you will profit from it, because when you leave at or you can come home and the sun is not shining, you will profit from the energy stored in the battery to charge into your car
while the sun was shining.
Yeah.
Do you want to add something?
Same answer from my side. And to be honest, that absolutely makes sense to combine EV charging with our storage solutions. And I mean, there will be a different session later today where we introduce much more in detail the advantages of our storage solution, and then everybody will understand, yes, it makes sense to install the entire system delivered from SMA.
Well, obviously. So we have 50 seconds left. One last question here on the screen. If there's any more questions, they're going to be answered later on via email. What about vehicle to grid? Is it going to work too?
This is a question which is often asked to us. So bidirectional charging is everywhere in mind, and there are some pilot testings with this. But to be honest, most of the cars currently can't do bidirectional charging, and for this you need a DC wall box, which are currently very expensive. So I think this is definitely something for the future. But for now, it is only one direction.
Okay, and that's the direction we want to go in. So, Lisa, thank you so much for your presentation. Bernd, thank you also so much. Thank you to all the viewers out there for all your questions. If you have more questions, keep them coming. Bernd and Lisa will be answering them throughout the day today and even into tomorrow and the next couple of days. All questions will be answered. We are going to take a very short break right here on Let's Talk Energy Power On, and we're going to be back in a little bit less than 15 minutes with our next session. So stay tuned and see you soon.